Alright, hello everyone. Hope you're having an excellent evening. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a busy, hectic holiday week, but we've made it. We got here to the weekend. We've got another live stream ready for us tonight. Should be a good time. And last weekend, I think it was actually Sunday, we did a lot of good progress on the skeleton castle itself. This weekend we're going to be switching it up a little bit. We'll be working on some terrain. The only reason being I didn't collect enough 1x2 black bricks, 1x1 black bricks, smaller black bricks to fit inside all these little cracks and crevices between all these tile pieces. It's kind of a parts intensive technique. It's not really complicated, it just uses a lot of small bricks. And so I need to go through my black bricks and find those. And because that's time consuming, I just didn't get it done before the stream. But I have been building on the terrain outside, so that's what we're going to do today. Just basically fill in this little exposed section of yellow and tan with dark gray, which is the color we're using for most of the landscape. Eventually we'll add other colors like olive green, probably some dark brown, dark tan, other organic, earthy colors. Not bright, happy colors, but kind of dark, spooky colors, because this is the skeleton tower build we're working on. But before we get too far, let me do a little show and tell. I'm not going to show off the castle because it's all disassembled over there on the table. It's just out of frame of my face cam over in the corner. So I will show you guys the rest of the terrain that has to be built though. The goal tonight is just to fill in this little section here. Totally doable. It should happen. It might even happen too quickly, in which case we can expand a little bit further, or we can wrap the stream up early if we need to. But what I can show you is the rest of the build. I move this over here. There we go. And all these nice modular chunks do come apart, but we're going to put them together to show you guys what's going to be built. There we go. Nice. And that is literally what needs to be accomplished before beginning of February. So I think we've got it in the bag as long as we can finish the rest of the castle. But yeah, so over here, right here is where the other tower is going to be. You have the gateway and the skull right here. But yeah, that's going to all have terrain sloping out that way, and just need to fill that up with gray plates and such. Thankfully, the road went together very quickly, and that looks nice. It has a nice, gentle elevation up to the castle itself. Some of the logical choices for this build were that I was originally planning on doing some elaborate moats, a ditch in front of all the walls and towers, but I realized I didn't want to do that in the long run because first of all, it's a lot more work, and if I need to put a lot of work into a MOC, I will, but I think there were reasons to not do that. It's going to be harder to move if you have wires going through every single section of terrain. The light will probably distract from the other lights inside the castle, and I also want this castle to be really accessible for minifigures to get right up to the walls with ladders and siege towers and attack, because this castle is basically just made as a big target for all of the good guy castle knights that I have over there. So it just needs to be very easy to attack. You can't have a big moat that's going to cause all these troubles for all these guys trying to get in. So that's the goal, and that's our plan for this evening, is to work on a little bit of terrain, and yeah, that's it. But let me go ahead and say hi to some of the comments. We've got a couple people popping in this evening. It's kind of... because I'm switching up the days, I'm not sure if everyone's aware that we're doing it tonight, and that's okay. But if we get a couple of friends show up, that's fine. So, Grumpy J is here bright and early. Good to see you, Grumpy J. Darkside Berserkers was here a little bit before the stream as well. Good to see you, Darkside Berserkers. The darkness rises. Yes, the Dark Fortress. I think when this build, the plan for this build is to be much bigger, but working on the first third of it. If it gets all done, I think the grand title will be the Dark Fortress. That's what we'll end up calling it. Rob Claxton is here. Good to see you, Rob. Mr. Just Break It. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Just Break It. Good to see you. Anselm is here. Good to see you, Anselm. We got actor fellow Chris Dodson. Good to see you, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Grumpy J says, so much yellow. Yes, there's a lot of yellow that is going to be completely covered up. In fact, all the gray that you see here had a lot of yellow underneath. And thankfully, it is no longer visible. You got that nicer dark gray to look at. It's actually better for the lighting and white balance of the cameras tonight, too. So better than the black for sure. So Let's see. Rob Plexton is back again. Grumpy J, good to see you guys again. Lucas is here. Good to see you, Lucas. So interesting. Now that Lucas is here, I have a fun comment to mention. This smooth edge on this side of the build will actually meet up with a friend of mine, Andrew. I think he's still the ambassador of SC Lug, South Carolina Lug. And Andrew is going to have his build here. His terrain is all dark gray as well. He's already got it detailed with olive green and light gray rock chunks and stuff. So he'll be right here with another big evil castle right next door for the collab that we're doing for Atlanta BrickCon. So that'll be fun. But Andrew, we're doing gray instead of green, which is what most of the other builds are doing, because our castles are very evil. We're the bad guys. This is the Necromancer and the Skeleton Warriors. These are not good guys. And he's got guys that are even worse than the Skeleton Knights. He's got the Nexo Knights bad guys in his castle. And other people were laughing because in the collab because they know how much I hate Nexo Knights. And then he's like, oh, is it really a problem, Mark? I don't have to use them. I'm like, no. The bad guys are great. The villain Nexo figures are actually pretty easy to incorporate with normal castle minifigures. They look like just kind of fantasy, kind of bad guys, almost a little bit of demon vibe to them. So not a problem. But the fact that we have Nexo Knights right next door to my build, I thought it was ironic. And some of you guys might find that amusing as well. But enough talking. Let's get some bricks out and start building. Let me move the build so that you can see what we're working on nicely. You can also see there's a couple of the wizard and some of the skeleton knights outside. As usual, I've got a small pile of bricks that I pulled out just prior to the stream to work with, some dark gray plates. And I've also got a nice big bin of filler brick right next to me too. Let me put these where it's convenient, just outside of the viewing area. We've got this big filler brick bin as well. These are other MOCs that didn't quite make it, including other terrain chunks for this collab. The size got shifted up a little bit, so I only need to make this. I don't have to make any filler stuff inside the build. So, yeah, we're good to go. I think the easiest thing would just be do some dark gray right here, because this is already leveled up to where it needed to be, so we should be good to go. Ray of Sunshine says, this looks so cool. Well, thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. I'm very happy with it. I think it'll be very sturdy and easy to move once we get further along. This should be a nice convention traveling build. I'm looking forward to it. The theme I've never done before in any large scale way at all. I've never done skeletons, the evil wizard. This usually isn't my type of build, but I'm excited to try something very different for me. So. Yeah, this could go very quickly and we move right on to the next section. We'll see. This is also the easiest part of the MOC this stream. We just have to cover over some stuff that's already been properly scaled out. So, I was working on the terrain earlier today and I got this section done with the tower over here on the, I think this is going to be my left. And there's a modular attachment for the castle to go on, as will the rest of the castle will have modular connections, so it'll all be sectioned up. Good to go. And yeah, it goes up about 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit over 4 bricks tall from the base plate, so it's got a little bit of a height, a little bit of a hill, which is nice. So, Teaver is here. Good to see you, Teaver. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, hi. She's half and half. She's fussing. Oh, who's fussing? Let's see. Let's see. Not much. Finally feeling a lot better. Oh no, Grumpy, Rob, were you not feeling well? Looks like Rob and his mom were not feeling well. I can relate. I was feeling pretty sick for most of November, so I know what that's like. Hopefully you feel better soon, Rob. Love to hear this then. Lucas, I knew you'd enjoy the fact that Nexonites are still present, no matter what I do. They hound me. They surround me all the time. No, it's I found it quite hilarious that there's going to be Nexonite minifigures just all lined up next to this castle. I think the season 1 villains with the red and black, there's nothing you need to change to them to make them fit in a normal castle build. So I think that they'll be perfect. But the heroes with all their glowing, sci-fi weapons might not look correct if you just dropped them right in here. Honestly, they wouldn't be that far off because the wizard's pretty fanciful. The skeleton, this is not historically accurate by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's the bad guys have a better transition than the good guys, I would say. I would still make that argument. So. I forgot to get a brick separator. No. We'll make do. We'll make it happen. Let's see. Do we want to... We can do a 1x4 there instead of 1x2 here. Yeah, so it looks pretty bland right now, and that's kind of the point. I don't want this to be too textured, too many pieces that'll pop off during transport. But we'll definitely add some olive green. I might actually get some olive green out during the stream. If we finish this up quickly, which I'm guessing we might, we could end up just putting some detail, fun stuff on there versus expand to the next section. I kind of wanted to just focus on what's in front of us here on the table, not get too far ahead. Pacing myself with this build as much as possible. Don't forget about the tub of Nexonites when Atlanta BrickCon gets you. I only have some Nexonites. I am collecting more. I was placing some Bricklink orders for certain pieces and figures, and I saw that the person I was buying from did have quite a bit of Nexonite minifigures, and I'm like, well, I think this is a sign that I need to get a few more. So I did, but yeah, we'll work on it, Rob, for sure. I got, oh no, Grumpy's got the bin of Nexonite pieces. Okay, that you guys have fun with that. That sounds good. If you invade my build, I'll put them in the dungeon beneath the castle. This might be a late stage to suggest this, but I was thinking that if you line the sides of the path with spiked rocks, it could look like a lower jaw of a skull. I was really trying to think of a way to incorporate the lower jaw, Anselm. I think it's still totally possible, even if you set like just 2 sections outside of the gate. Just like 2 jawbones, and then kind of have like a breaking point in the middle so they can walk through. Or maybe just set a full total jaw piece right there. I'll mess with it once I have the that kind of meeting point for all those elements established. Because I think it's more important that it fits on the build, and then see if the jaw works within the context of the scene. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying, Anselm. It really needs the jaw to kind of capture the look of the original set that's inspired by. What is your favorite Lego set? Ooh, Ray, that's a good question. Off the cuff, I would have to say it's either the original Lego castle, the yellow castle, which is a really good set. It's very nostalgic. It's very important for minifigures and castle. But I think that the best to build set, that was a very simple set. Very like basic bricks, handful of minifigures, that's it. The best set in recent years has got to be the Lion Knight's castle. That is a really good design, build. It looks good. It's one of my favorite castle factions. It's really big. I think it's the biggest castle ever made in parts count. As far as non-licensed, you're not talking about Lord of the Rings. Those are a little bit bigger, I think. But yeah, so I think that's my favorite set. I'm glad I have a copy right up on the shelf over there. I was so excited when that set came out too, because it was like, finally! And then they had all the minifig pieces available on Lego.com, pick a brick for forever. So there were so many good things about that castle. I think it's the best for me. But great question, Ray. You're a wizard, Mark. I mean, it would be funny to see Harry Potter like somewhere sneaking around. I think, do I have a Harry Potter figure? I think I might have some somewhere. I'd have to check about the head. That's the only piece I might not have is the head. But yeah, I think... I'm not a wizard. I would see myself as like a knight, and I would probably go out in the first catapult barrage. But that I appreciate Grumpy. Season 1 was pretty peak, honestly. The bad guys do work pretty well for fantasy in general. Yeah, the Nexonites pieces in Season 1 were great. As were the Season 2 and 3 were... I think 3 was the least compelling for me. But Season 1, they were definitely iconic. I'm not saying that... I still dislike them because of the era that they came out in. It was an affront to my fandom to have them exist. But they've actually aged pretty well, I think. So. And yeah, the bad guys, the Jestro, the big demon monsters, the monstrous looking, the red skin tone on the figures, really pretty neat. I know I've got a handful of them for sure. I was a big fan of the lava-looking one. There's an all-black minifigure with like it looks like he has like glowing cracks of lava through him. Really cool minifigure. There's some good ones. And yeah, we've covered over most of the yellow. We're getting to the tan here, and it's about the height it needs to be. I think we're looking at a gentle transition right there, and that shouldn't be too bad because we're going from one plate to one brick over a 16, 20 stud area roughly. So yeah, not too bad. We're gonna keep plugging away. Yeah, we're only 15 minutes in, so this could be an hour stream, guys. I don't want to go too much beyond. I don't want to work on the black bricks. They're not out. All the gray bricks are on the table, so I don't want to go too far. We'll see how it goes. Anselm says, cool. Yeah. I love how my sheer presence reminds Mark of Next Nights. We're much closer to a Next Nights build, guys. Hashtag Next Nights 2026. Yes, agreed. Build more Nexo. Yeah, Grumpy J was the original Nexo like annoyance of mine, but I think Lucas has really taken up the mantle as well. It's great. It's great for your guys' entertainment. It's terrible for me. It's the worst. Absolutely the worst. Andrew is here. Good to see you, Andrew. Hi, all. Hope you're all well and ready for the holidays. Yes, holidays are coming up. It's busy. There's stuff going on. There's people buying presents. I'm all caught up on presents that I need to buy. I bought a couple things for a couple people. Not too bad. Grateful I don't have a huge list this year, or most years, honestly. How is everyone in the chat doing? Are you guys caught up on all the presents that you're trying to buy, or are you still trying to find those last minute gifts? And are you expecting Lego for Christmas? Is anyone looking forward to that? I am not. I would not ask for Lego for Christmas for many of my friends and family, because I have a lot of Lego already. It's not that it wouldn't be special, it's just that it would be lost in the noise, I think. So I prefer different types of Christmas gifts. So. But yeah, I imagine a lot of people here do like Lego for Christmas. So the Gunslinger is here. Good to see you, Gunslinger. Hope you're doing well. And Lucas says, one of the same, Grumpy J. Yeah, how did all the Nexonite fans show up today? No, I'm glad you guys are here. It's funny. I'm being facetious, really. We need a filler brick right there. That'll be good. And do we just straight up, let's see. Is it going to be like that? I think it might be. Let's see. Let's do this. Don't know if that's shaking the camera. It might be a little bit. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, I'll probably get the green bin out and we can start putting some patches of olive green around to try and match Andrew's colored section. Yeah, it looks pretty flat from the aerial view, but if you're looking at it from the side, it's actually a decent slope to it. Not too bad. Keeps it more interesting than just straight flat. If it was flat, it'd be fine, but I think this livens it up a little bit. So can't stay long, sorry, but I'm going to watch the vid. Have fun, everyone. No worries, Gunslinger. Feel free to stop by. Don't forget to leave a like, and take care if you gotta run. No issues. This is kind of leading up to Christmas. I had a little bit of time this Friday evening, and then depending on what is it, Thursday, Christmas? I need to double check the days. But yeah, it's coming up this week, and we'll see how it might not happen next week, is what I'm saying. I might be busy taking it easy. So, but yeah, we're having fun leading up to the holidays. So, Bob's Bricks is here. Good to see you, Bob's Bricks. Thanks for tuning in. I'm done with present shopping, but I need to get stuff for lasagna and cookies. Hey, lasagna and cookies sounds pretty good. Cookies especially sounds good. I just feel a need for some Oreos or something. Cool Nixonites. All the Nixonite fans. This is crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to think. It's like Nixonites, I guess you could make the argument that it's a castle theme. But it still would annoy me to think of it that way. Need to ponder that one. Which MOC is this? Good question, Bob's Bricks. We are working on the remake, or kind of inspired by, the Skeleton Tower, which is a set from 2007, what was it, 7093, I believe? And it was like this skull face with towers behind it. It was a pretty small set. And I had a bunch of cool minifigures, including the Evil Wizard. And we're currently just building the terrain outside of where the castle is going to be, because we worked on the castle last weekend. So this weekend I wanted to work on the terrain. Now that I have the correct measurements for where I'm meeting up with a friend of mine for a large collaborative build for Atlanta Brick Con in Atlanta in 2026 in the beginning of February. So that's what we're doing tonight. I've been working on it for the past couple weeks. You can check out the previous live streams on my channel if you're interested. They usually go for about 2 hours, but I don't think we'll be doing a 2-hour stream tonight. I think we'll be probably sticking to maybe an hour, hour and a half. Just because the goal was to cover this side of the road. We're already almost there. And so even if I take some time and pull out some olive green and some leaves, I will probably do that just so we make this stream a little bit more interesting as far as building. But yeah, it's going pretty well. We've made really good progress today. Most of this terrain was made in the last 24 hours. So if we can get this and the other half that I showed off at the beginning of the stream done, that's my module for Atlanta BrickCon. I could even build even more, start working on Vladek's Gate, which is going to be on this side of the build. And this side is where my friends is going to be. So pretty cool. Hello, we all know as far as presents go, we got our Lego in the sales. My daughter wanted the insect collection and was glad it was in the sales. And that in the Red Fox 3 one initially for, yeah. So Andrew was getting a lot of good deals on Lego sets for himself and his daughter. So that's pretty awesome, Andrew. Yeah, the Red Fox Creator Expert, no, it's not Creator Expert. Creator 3-in-1. The Red Fox is a really good build. I know my brother got one of those. And it was good to build and looked amazing too. So. Rob Claxton dropping the crystals, the Mark of Falworth Knight, the Wizard, and the Mark of Falworth logo. I love it. The cool emojis. Well, let's see. We can put a few, I think some 2x6s would be good on this side. There we go. Let's do that as well. Yeah, you can still see what I'm building. That's good. What is a good way to get good castle parts for my MOCs at affordable prices? Well, it depends on where you're located, Bob's Bricks. I know if you're in the United States, there are a lot of small independent Lego stores, like Bricks and Minifigs is a common brand. But that's a good way to get bulk bricks. I'd also recommend Bricklink. That's where I've been ordering parts from recently. I can show you here. I needed a bunch of these dark red inverted slopes 2x2, so these are what they look like here. It actually looks more brown in this lighting right here. Let's see if it'll look better. Yeah, you can see it's kind of more of a dark red color there. And I needed a bunch of them. I needed several hundred of them. This is a couple hundred right here. And they were only 4 cents a piece on Bricklink because they came in a bunch of sets. So I was really happy with that. It was not that expensive. I think it was like $40, $50 for just like 800 pieces. So that's a great source for many pieces. Some things are still expensive on Bricklink, like I know certain minifigures. I've noticed Ninjago minifigures have gone up quite a bit. I was looking to buy just a few characters that I don't have, and I'm like, dang, they're like $20, $40 for a single minifigure. Like, that's a lot. So most things are a pretty good deal, though, especially kind of basic generic parts like slopes, plates, pretty good deals. So got to go real quick. No worries, Bob's Bricks. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like if you like liking it. She can have it in the spirit of Christmas. All right, so yeah, Andrew, you can gift Lego, but you'll be the one who ends up building it, enjoying it, and adding it to your collection. That's a good way to do it. That's the smart way to gift Lego, is to people who will promptly let you enjoy it for them. So, Orcs, Paladin, and Wolfpack. There you go. Yeah, Grumpy's got a nice castle collection. I've talked with him extensively about it. Morgan is here. Good to see you, Morgan. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Lucas says, Griffins, Tournament, Crow, Green, Dragon, Black Falcon, Wolfpack. Are we talking about our favorite castle factions? Let's see. Oh, your top 5 castle armies. Yes, thank you, Ray. Great question. Let me think about this. Some of my favorites are the Lion Knights. Pretty much every version. I think the Kingdom's Lion Knights with the red and gold and white are my favorite. But then you got the other Lion Knights, so the blue, yellow, and red. They're really cool. Black Falcons are great. Who else? I'm actually really liking the Skeleton Knights lately as well. The Raven Knights are really nice with that kind of, I call it Wally yellow, but it might also be known as like bright light yellow or a Chima yellow. That is, those are pretty cool looking shields if you ask me. So yeah, there's a bunch of choices as far as castle factions. I like them all, really. Foresters, I think when I was doing a video with Brad, now known as Brad's Archives, Foresters ended up winning the best castle poll among a bunch of castle fans in a long live stream we did a while ago. So I think Foresters is one of the more popular ones. But yeah, I think Wolfpack is climbing up there too because they've had a lot of love from CMFs and sets that they've been included in recently or more recently. So yeah, a bunch of good factions. I think we could see more Dragon Knights in the future. I haven't quite gotten my... I ordered on the standard pick-a-brick on Lego.com the Horse Knight shields, torsos, the snake shields. Got a bunch of those coming. When I say bunch, I mean like a dozen of each. And so I'm looking forward to seeing those. I still have my Horse Knight Castle set up here that I haven't opened. I need to open that and see what I think of those factions because they seem really cool. I haven't seen a lot of builds with them yet, though, so maybe that's just me not noticing them, but I think a lot of people have them, but I think that they just have yet to break them open and really build with them, kind of like me. So I want to explore those at some point. Yes, so we're getting there. We have a little bit of an odd bump right here, which you can't quite see from your angle, but there's like a 2-plate difference right here, so we need to fill this in just a little bit more. And once we're done with that, we're really barely 30 minutes into the stream, so we're going to get some olive green and some probably dark tan, dark brown, some plant pieces, and kind of decorate this, see if we can get it to look correctly spooky as we need it to. I think it shouldn't be a problem. Let's get a 2x3. Man, those Raven Knights are so expensive. Yes, Raven Knights are no joke to collect now. And I think I know why. There's this guy in, if you look up, it's not Windy City Lug. What was the name of it? There's a guy in a lug, and I think it's in, it's in Maryland. There's this one guy in the United States who has literally like 1,000 or more of those Raven Knights figures. And so I think that he is a big contributor to who has been, why those are so collectible, why they're so expensive, why they're $50 a piece is because that guy buys every single one he sees online, I think, that's not $100. And so that guy's gone crazy, and now they're really hard to find. So somebody, it's kind of like when the Spartan minifigure came out, and everyone was trying to collect that one because they were trying to build these big Spartan 300 battle armies. And they looked amazing, but then everyone else was trying to find the figure, and it was $30, $40. So I think that one is actually even a little bit cheaper now than the Raven Knight. But that's what happens with those minifigures that make great army building figures. So if you have a minifigure that would look good in a big squad, suddenly everyone wants 20 of them, and they become a lot more expensive. So kind of sucks, but that's how it is. I don't know how anyone would change that other than Lego making more of them. Kind of what happened to the Dragon Paladin a little bit too, although I don't think it's quite as bad as the Raven Knight. They're still, you know, usually more than $10. I think they're like a $15 figure, $20 figure. She makes some decent MOCs when left in the Lego room. Hey, that's awesome, Andrew. That's cool. I'm glad you're able to get her some Lego every now and then too. So. I'm back, but have to lurk. No worries, Gunslinger. It's no obligation. It's fine. Appreciate you stopping by. Marcus headed towards Nexonitis disease quickly. I've definitely been infected, but I don't know if I'm completely overcome with it yet. Hey man, looking forward to the progress. I'm on my way to one of my local B&M, bringing my Avengers Tower to test the full display. I'll send you some pics your way. Yes, Darkside Berserker, send me a message. I would love to see the how it looks once you've got it all put up on display. And let me know how it was to move. I can't imagine it's easy, because that's a really big build. For those who don't know, Darkside Berserkers in the chat has been working on a really big Avengers Tower. He has sent me some preview pictures. It was a little while ago now, but yeah, it looks amazing. So looking forward to that. Glad to probably be done with that, I'm guessing. That's whenever you have a project that takes more than just a few months, it always is pretty challenging. Mentally challenging. Physically challenging, yes too, but it's mostly like, can I persevere through this challenge? So. Remember, Tron and Rock Raiders and a bunch of other builds I've done have been like that. Ice Planet wasn't so bad. Got that one done pretty quickly. And this one should be done in the next couple weeks as well. Shouldn't be too bad. Reasonable goals for this one. So, Andrew says, there's a whole load of panels in the Dark Horse Knights Castle. Great figs, but not as good as the previous 3-1 castle for parts, in my opinion. Good to know, Andrew. Temper the expectations when building that set. Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot of panels when you look at it. I do see some of the corner panels showing up again. Those are kind of, they're iconic, but they're not very useful if you're building anything different than those kind of corner angle panels. So if a minifigure is custom, do you think 25 is a reasonable price? I'm in an X-Men rabbit hole. LOL. Actor fellow. So for custom printed minifigures, yes, $25 is actually pretty normal pricing for that. 20 to 30 is what I would say is good. If it's a character that Lego's not made and doesn't really seem like they're going to make anytime soon, it's normally not a bad purchase at all. But if it's more than that, it has to be a really special reason. It has to be one of your favorite characters. It has to be a really elaborate. It has to have custom molding or weapons or accessories or something. So yeah, 25 should be fine. There's a number of people who make custom printed minifigures that are cool. So yeah. I prefer pad printing to UV printing if you're getting a custom minifigure. Pad printing is more similar to Lego, but UV printing tends to be a little bit more common, and it's a little more three-dimensional, if that makes sense. It can be more textured. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's not. I prefer pad printing, though. Some printers do both. The ones I prefer do pad printing. So. You need some Gatorade there. Let's see. I only have 4 tournament nights, says Anselm, but I'm planning to supplement the Raven factions by getting some extra Griffin bodies from Pick-a-Brick and swapping the arms with 1 black and 1 bright light orange. Exactly. There's ways to kind of expand the quantity of minifigures that you have, kind of cheat the system a little bit. I've done that for years with different castle factions. Mostly Lion Knights, actually. I would get Crown Knight torsos, put some red arms on them, and then they'd make good Kingdom's Lion Knights instead, because it's just silver armor, right? So yeah, you can work around it a little bit, but not too much. Every now and then. That's probably the best way to do it, was with that more generic armor piece, a little bit of yellow and black. So Ray of Sunshine says you should do a 12-hour blindfold. I wouldn't get anything done, Ray. That would there'd be zero progress. I would just waste an entire day. No, that would be interesting. That'd be fun for the laugh factor. What is Mark doing? But I don't think the final build would look good at all. It'd be pretty terrible. Especially, like, how am I supposed to find myself if I'm blindfolded? I'd be like trying to build something. It would just look like crap in my. I don't know if that'd work, Ray. All right, so we got this section of build done pretty nicely. 30 minutes in, looks great. It's the right texture, gentle slope down to where it's nice and smooth. Has a pretty good, it's about almost 5 bricks to the base of the castle, which is a big elevation change for minifigures. Let me get some green plates. They're right here behind me, and then we can start to putter and see what we can do. I'm trying to see which bin would be the best to get parts from, though. Here, hold on 1 second. There's one. So I do have a decent amount of olive green pieces, but they're kind of mixed all throughout my larger green collection. There's some pretty good pieces there. There you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. So we'll kind of dig through here and find a few plates and see what we can do. There's a 1x2. And the goal is not to cover it completely, but to add little patches here and there. So, shouldn't be too tricky. Yeah, I think olive green is a really good color. It should mix well with this. It'll integrate well with the we've already got some dark tan happening for the road. We might have other patches of dark tan throughout the build if we feel like it. Or if we can just leave it on the road, that's fine too. Yeah, olive green should look nice. At least give it a little bit of grass and life. Also want to add a little graveyard, I think. Probably maybe starting over here. Maybe have a few tombstones happening over here in this corner. But yeah, we'll see how far we get. We're going to just work on the olive green for now. Maybe get some plants out in a minute too. Here's another plate for 2. I'm down for 12 hours of building in the dark. Grumpy, you know what? You should do that for your YouTube channel. I would like to watch that. If you do that, Grumpy, I will watch the entire thing. I don't know if I want to volunteer for this crazy idea. Morgan says, does Jedi count as Knight faction? They call themselves Knights, Morgan. I would say it does, but is it a castle faction? No. Knights, yes. But they have there's a Jedi temple isn't really a castle. They have castles, like, that look like castles in Star Wars, right? They got, like, cool architecture, stone buildings. Like, Count Dooku has a tower, right? He has, like, a fortress, right? There's some medieval vibes in Star Wars. Just similarities. One thing I realized the other day, I'm finally getting around to listening to the audiobook of Dune, because I think reading the book would be a little too tiring on my eyes, and I prefer to hear versus read. I can read pretty well, but I just haven't read since college, so I don't really feel like getting back into it too much. And in Dune, the story of Dune, which is very much sci-fi, kind of like Star Wars in a way, they have a castle. The Atreides live in a castle, an old stone castle. So I think that would be a really fun build to do eventually one day. Because I like building castles, and I'm a big fan of Dune. I also like sci-fi. And it sounds like a really cool build idea. So that's something I want to do one day. However, this has got to get finished first before I even think about building another Dune-themed creation. But there are definitely other castles in different media besides just, Lego castle or historical, or even things like Lord of the Rings. Okai is here. Oh shoot, I got distracted watching R.R. Slugger's adventure reviews and now I'm late for stream. Okai, no worries. Yeah, we are. The replay shows up right after the stream if you miss anything and you want to watch it. But yeah, I saw as I was getting onto the stream or setting it up, and I'm like, R.R. Slugger posted a new video. Oh man, I gotta go watch that one. I'm always a big fan of his adventurer videos in particular, because I'm a big fan of adventurers as a theme. But yeah, good to see you, Okai. I hope you're doing well. We were talking about a number of different subjects. One thing I've been asking people is, I hope you're getting through the holidays okay. It tends to be kind of crazy and busy for some people. But the next thing was, have you gotten all your holiday shopping done if you do buy presents and give presents? And are you expecting any Lego? I am not, because I do not ask for Lego. I say, I've got plenty of Lego. It'll get lost in the noise. If you're going to give me a gift, give me something else. So my question to other people watching who might be getting ready for Christmas is, expecting any Lego? And if you were to get a Lego set, which one would you want? Which one are you thinking might arrive under the tree? So if you have any thoughts, drop them. Yeah, so we pulled a tiny bit of olive green, but not enough. So we need to get more olive green. Vader had a castle? Yes, Vader's castle. Of course, Morgan. Terrific. You should make some open graves that the skeletons came out of. Ooh, Lucas, that's actually terrific. Or have a skeleton kind of, because that's exactly where they would have come from, right? They're all like, come back to life. So, use Braille bricks for blindfolded. There is a Braille set, isn't there, though, right? Mr. Just Break It? Remember that from Duck Bricks a while back. Yeah. What's your thoughts of the new Black Falcon / Dreams figure and flag? Screams Next Knight's Mark II to me. I haven't seen it, Andrew. I need to go check it out. I saw a bunch of great Dream sets not too long ago, but is there more that's come out? Because maybe I just missed that one minifigure, if there is a single figure. But now I need to check that out. It's probably alright. I know most of the Dreams pieces are a little bit too elaborate and fanciful for what I'm doing, but honestly, a little variety doesn't hurt. You should do a 12-hour Winged Hussars. Yes, Ray, I do want to do that. That would be, I think, a super cool MOC. I want to make more history-themed builds. I think there's quite a bit of unexplored potential in that kind of genre. And the Winged Hussars is a pretty iconic moment of history for Eastern Europe specifically. There's a little bit of olive green here and there. Now, let me think. I don't think I've used olive green anywhere else. There's a little bit on my Helldivers MOC in the big Bile Titan, but I don't think there's any other MOCs that are using tons of olive green, so I think we should be good. Steven's tree guys don't use olive green in the terrain. They use sand green, so if I tried to build with sand green, I'd actually run out of pieces. But, yeah. So, hopefully we can track down some more olive green and get some built on the scene. If not, we've had a good time chatting while I dig for pieces. It's not the end of the world. We've already accomplished our goal, which is to cover the terrain in gray. Now we can keep working. Let's see. Castle Vader is technically the Dark Castle, and Jedi Knights could be fighting monks with all the temples. Yep, that's true. It's definitely got some medieval vibes, for sure. Welcome back to the Land of Living. Now pick up the shovel and get... That could be the wizard's slogan as he wakes people up from the dead. Would like the Black Pearl. Oh, the Black Pearl. That is a really good set. I haven't seen it built. I haven't gotten it. But that is a really nice one. I'm glad they came back out with that again. So, great set. Nexus to Zach. Good to see you, Nexus. Hope you're doing well. I would like the Death Star. Dark Knight, the Death Star would be awesome. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be nice to be gifted that. I wouldn't want to buy it for $1,000. I think it's worth it if you really want a Death Star. Like, it's cool. It's got a bunch of minifigures, tons of pieces. But, yeah, I'm also not like a... I like Star Wars, but I haven't collected it actively in the past couple years. But I could hope a bunch of people, including those in the chat, get the Death Star for Christmas. That'd be a very nice Christmas gift, I think. It came out at the right time for Christmas. So. What's funny is I'm seeing more olive green bricks. Like, I'm seeing more of these guys. Those kinds of pieces. Instead of the plates that I need. So if I was building a castle, this would be easy right now, but... If I was building a wall with olive green... Here's another piece. It might have gotten concentrated in one bin somewhere. I'll keep looking. There's one scheduled. It's OTT as dreams are, but harks to Black Falcons in its prints. Interesting. I'll keep an eye out for that, Andrew. Next is Zach. Welcome to the Knights of Falworth. Oh, my membership got deleted. Uh-oh. Well, you got a blue brick by your name, so it might have just kind of resumed, hopefully. Because if you were new, it would probably be red. Red or yellow, I think. So, I think you're back in now, Nexus. No worries. Excuse me. BDD Builds. Good to see you, BDD Builds. Hope you're doing well. Good evening. Watching the stream from the starting point, so I'll probably hear you read through this comment in about half an hour. Loving how the castle's turning out. Appreciate it, BDD Builds. No worries. And yeah, go ahead and start wherever you need to. Glad you stopped by. Feel free to leave a like. Who did this? Was it you, Rob? Who messed up Nexus's membership? He's been saving up those months for months. So. There's a Braille set, but the MOC may look like it belongs with Animal Crossing. Brighter colors. Yeah, it's all like yellow and red and stuff. That wouldn't... I mean, if the MOC was designed to do that, it would be fine. I like red. It was me. It was me. It was Grumpy J. Yeah, Rob is pointing fingers now. He's like, it's somebody. I just received my lighting kit for the Death Star. It's going to be a lot of work, I'm sure. But the set really needs one. Yeah, if any set needs a lighting kit, I think the Death Star would be a terrific option for one. Because it's this big, you know, kind of vertical face. So all that could be lit up. And if it's lit up, it would just be like really special. Because the lighting in Star Wars in all those kind of, those corridors and architecture would be really special. Now, I've been purging my finances and deleting some services, and this one was one of the automated chopping block. No worries, Nexus. If you can't afford the 99 cents, it's all good. It's not a big deal. I appreciate your support nonetheless, though, Nexus. Thank you. All right. Well, we found a tiny bit of olive. I'll look through at least one more bin, see if we can scrounge up some more, and then we'll put what we have down and move on from there. But let me see what else we can dig up here. There's at least a big piece right here. Let's see. Can I push this forward just a hair so we can see me dig? Maybe. We'll try that. Well, that's probably too big. That's a 8 by 16, so maybe it'll go down here. Could make it work, possibly. Here's some more reasonably sized pieces there. I'm just glad I got it back before I lost my blue brick. Yes, Nexus, you're all good. Don't want to lose that momentum you got, for sure. There's a few more olive green plates as well. Okay, says, yes, I'm getting through the holidays okay. That's good. Not expecting a lot of Lego for Xmas because my mom says I got too much, as if there was such a thing. If your mom says you got too much, it's hard to get more, I understand. From your mom, that is. So. But hopefully I get at least some as I drop some hints during Black Friday sales. Oh, okay. Hopefully there's at least a few in the stocking, perhaps. A little bit to round out some gifts. That'd be nice. Some small sets here and there. Your most hated Lego set. Lucas isn't going to like this one. Grumpy isn't going to like this one. Rob isn't going to like this one. But I don't like the 4-tracks. I think it's a terrible set. I think it functions fine. Like, you can roll it around. You can open it up. That works. But I don't like it because it's hard to build. And it's hard to disassemble. It's actually too strong. If that makes sense. Like, I hit it with a baseball bat. It only broke partially. Yeah, so I think Nexonite's 4-tracks is my least favorite set. There are a couple of really close ones, though, that aren't necessarily based on theme. The Hoopty, I think it was called, from the Marvels. Not a good set, and unfortunately it was paired with a movie that was just kind of discombobulated, so... and also way too expensive. So if a set is outrageously priced, I think it doesn't help it at all, either. So Hoopty wasn't a good one. Yeah, most Lego sets I've enjoyed, though. I typically make fun of the bad ones and don't buy them. I think in the conversation is probably those weird Disney princess mini builds, the little like Elsa and Anna, and there's a couple other ones. It's like a 2x4 tile that's rounded on both ends, and it's like the face, and they look really weird. And so I'm not a fan of those at all. I'm a fan of like the mini doll. I'm a fan of Disney princess sets in general. I think they're a terrific idea. They probably sell pretty well. But the way they designed those was awful. It was just terrible. So I hope that they'd stop that immediately. Because I think they look bad. But good question. I would love to hear any of the thoughts from the other viewers if they have a set that they absolutely hate. So. No, not the 4-tracks. Sorry, Lucas. I knew you wouldn't be happy. I also put some of your awesome shorts on my wish list. Oh, shirts. Yes, shirts. I've got some Castle ones coming out soon, hopefully. Okay, they're pretty awesome. Are they out yet or are they not out? They might not be out yet. I need to double check. But yeah, Castle, emblems, and heraldry coming out soon. Looks pretty cool. I love how Mark's criteria for hating a set is that it's too strong. It's the theme. It's really the theme. It was too strong for my... I think I had a mallet, actually, is what I used on it. And it didn't separate all the way, so it was kind of annoying. There we go. Well, we found a decent amount of olive green in this bin, so that's good. I think aesthetics is the most important. Price is also important. That makes me not like a set. And theme counts quite a bit as well. Let's see. Me and Grumpy J have a perfect surprise for you, Mark. Come time for a letter. No. Not again. More Nexonites. No. Oh, boy. Well, I'm actually looking forward to it because I find it amusing. I'm glad you guys love to tease me. Alright. We got some more pieces put down. We've got about... We're going to probably stick to an hour for this stream just because it went quicker than I expected, and that's a good thing. So we're going to put down some olive green pieces. Do we want to use the big one? If we want to use the big one, it should go down now. Let's put it down right here. And that's going to be a little grassy patch right there. Let's get a 1x1 plate. There we go. Don't want to go longer. Do want to do this though. Oh, that looks pretty good. Let's do that and this. There we go. Yeah, looks all right. Let's keep going to a little bit up this hill. Not too much, but some. And let's cover more than just one flat area. Let's go a little bit onto the surface of a plate right here. Let's do, we don't need the 1x1 there anymore, do we? Let's do this. There. Let's put that there. A little bit right there. Phone's buzzing. It's an email. That was my uneducated self's dream until I got into Older Castle. Hey, that's alright. The Next Nights is not the worst place to start. I think there are many worse themes you could have gotten into before Next Nights. Like, they used to have, you know, Jackstone, Galador, Shima. Even you might have liked Shima too if you like Next Nights, but Shima's not as bad. But I don't think it's as good as Next Nights even. There's more problems with Shima than Next Nights. Put it that way. Let's see. Bob's Brick says, I am building a big MOC. I might send it in, but I don't have the big part collection as I'm only 13. No worries, Bob's Bricks. Everybody starts somewhere. And when you're 13, you work with what you got. That's okay. That looks pretty good. Let's not make it too big, though. Let's just round that out. I think we could even do this. Yeah. Looks a little linear. Not bad. We'll keep messing with it. Yeah. All right, we need a little bit in here, probably. Maybe a patch and a little bit over there. Let's move these minifigures. And we're already pretty much out of pieces, though. We have these three big ones, which aren't going to be super useful. Maybe if we kind of... Could almost put it there. Yeah, we could put a little bit there. Let's do that. There we go. Put that down. Nice. We made it fit. All right. And that's probably going to be all of our olive green right now. We can keep messing around. I know I've got more of it in my bins. It's just kind of being tricky to track down at the moment. Usually when I'm doing a live building stream, it is not a good time for me to find parts because that's usually time consuming. I'm having to look somewhere else, not pay attention to what I'm saying. So yeah, it's not the best for streaming. So we'll have to go acquire more parts at a different time. Plants are going to be easy to throw on here though. Got plenty of olive green. Gotta put a bunch of dark brown small ones in there. Probably not going to go too fall colors or winter colors. No, not much snow in this either. Maybe in a future collab, though, I can convince the rest of the builders to go for a specific genre, like a season, like fall or spring or winter. We'll see. Let's see. Need to get back working on my section. This bad sinus infection had me down out the last couple days. Yeah, Rob, I hear you. That is really rough when you don't feel well, even like don't feel like building Lego. I had that for most of November, and I'm glad I finally feel better. So I hope you feel all better soon, Rob. You can get back to building. Your build is looking really good, though. You have a ton of progress. You've built a lot more than I have, so it's going to be very cool to see that in person in just a couple months. What is an affordable way to get the parts? Bob's Bricks. I talked about this earlier, I think in regards to a question you had earlier on this very topic, but I would recommend bricklink.com. I'd also recommend smaller independent Lego stores, like Bricks and Minifigs is one example that has a bunch of locations all over. And that way, they usually have a pick-a-brick table. You can go get a bag of bricks. I've done that a couple times. It works out pretty well. And if you're at the official Lego stores, they have those in most major cities. Not all, but most of the states have a Lego store, and other countries have Lego stores too. They have the parts wall there is usually a fantastic deal to get a box of parts. You can see my friend Dom, cool guy Dom03 on Instagram and TikTok and all that. He does these short videos where he goes and he collects a bunch of pick-a-brick pieces off the wall, and then he prices them out what it would cost to buy them online. And he usually is making a lot of money if he buys them in the store that way versus buying them online. So that's way cheaper than paying full price to get a set. So Okai says, our MOC views returning anytime soon? There must be years worth of backlog at this point. Thankfully the backlog is like paused as the videos have paused, so there's I would say a month or two of videos to make. The problem is I just don't feel up to doing that right now. I've been pretty busy the past couple weeks and months, mostly building, mostly real life stuff kind of interrupting my filming. But it would be nice to get back to that at some point. Okay, for sure. Can anyone recommend some good landscape tutorials? I always feel kind of lost when I try to come up with my own. It's there's been some good ones. One that I really liked when I was a little bit younger was it's not a video per se, but it's like a series of pictures on Eurobricks. It's Durful Cadarn's Medieval Village Building Guide. It goes through all the pictures. It's basically like what you'll see me doing here, but on a much more bigger and planned scale. So I really liked what he was doing there. Durful Cadarn, I think you can find pictures of his builds still on Flickr, and that was on Eurobricks a long time ago. I would also recommend ClassicCastle.com for a bunch of old school techniques. That's where I learned back in the day, back in like 2010 and 11. So there's sites and sources out there. I might have to do like a compilation at some point, or like find a way to consolidate and share that for people who are starting out because it can be daunting at first. I would say just find a theme you like and just keep trying to do a little bit new every single time. Like that's kind of, even when you've been building as long as I have, you can always do something new. In my case, trying out a spooky castle versus a good guy castle, that's something different. Different color palette, different minifigures, different theme to the build. It's a lot of the same basics of terrain, but just different colors. So yeah, always try something new, Enzo. Kip Hoffman, hey Kip, good to see ya. Hey Mark, I'm working on my forest for the collab right now as well. Glad I can catch your stream. Good to see you, Kip. Yes, Kip is another one of the SC lug builders in the castle collab, and he's got a big forest section. It's 3 times the size of this little castle I'm working on here, and his is all like forestman, I believe is what he's going for. So good to see you, Kip. Thanks for stopping by. I never liked Chima, honestly. Good, Lucas. That's one theme we can agree on. You can like Next Nights, but if you like Next Nights and Chima, we have to start talking about the problems we have. No, it's all good. Best CMF? Good question, Ray. Tournament Knights high up there. I also really like the Spartan and the Legionary back in the day. Wolfpack Knights, fantastic. Basil the Batlord was fantastic. The Crown Knight. What was the little girl knight minifigure with the hobby horse? I'm trying to remember her official name. Great figure, though. You can just add a normal pair of legs, and it's a great normal castle knight. So yeah, a bunch of great CMFs, mostly castle that I liked. But there was also some great sci-fi ones, too, and classic space. The brown spaceman's great, so... Bunch of great CMFs. Ray, wish they would make some more. Brick Sculpt has great tutorials on trees and other things. They do. Okay, they do Brick Sculpt. What was it? Tips and Bricks is usually good for at least, like, idea generation. So if you don't know what to build, what kind of... how to approach a certain subject. They have lots of things on tips and bricks. They're good too. But yeah, that's probably all that I've got for today. I could dig for some more olive green bricks, but we just hit an hour on the stream, so we're probably going to wrap it up here. It's a little bit quicker than normal. Normally I like to do 2-hour streams, but we got everything done. This is the section that we wanted to finish, and it looks really nice. I even like the olive green a lot. I think it actually mixes well with the dark gray and the dark tan and the light gray stone. We'll do more plants and stuff as well, but not too many because we want this to stack up nicely when it's all done. So yeah, I'm liking this so far, guys. This is going to be a really fun build. A few tombstones down here would make sense too. That would be pretty easy to whip up. Yeah, lots of ideas, but we're probably going to wrap this up here. I'm a little tired. It's been a long week already and got a busy weekend, so yeah, we're going to close it on up. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like. We'll see about doing one next weekend. We'll see how busy I am this holidays. And if people are feeling like a stream, we might even do a poll on the members area and see how everyone's doing, if they can make it. But yeah, thanks for all the comments. Let's see, best CMF, we talked about that. Rob Clexton said, hey. Always like the Scottish guy. Yep, there's like several Scottish ones. You got the Highlander, you got the bagpipe player, got a bunch of great Scottish minifigures, Andrew. And Series 20 Viking, the Viking minifigure was really good too. So, excellent, Anselm. Good choice. It was a chill stream. Good building, everyone. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, all that jazz. You should see me in probably not too long, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, see you later, everyone. Good night.